Hey everybody, I'm so glad you stopped by today. Thanks for spending your time with me. I hope you'll enjoy this. I certainly enjoyed making it. I have been on a junk journal kick, let me tell you. I think probably because working with this canvas and the textile elements, it kind of brings me back to my original background in art, and that is textile and fashion design. And I don't know, I just, in books, I'm a writer too, and I think the combination of all of it is a lot of fun, and so I have just been on a roll with these. So this one is based on the Prima Lavender pad of paper. Sometimes when I have a pad of paper and you kind of look at it and you think, oh, how can I embody what's going on? So I kind of flip through and I see the colors and the elements, and then I kind of go from there. So this is another one of the canvas style journals, kind of like my Alice in Wonderland one that I think is already up. If not, it will be soon. But so that canvas that I got from Harbor Freight, the drop cloth. Before I made the journal, I cut the piece out and then I sprayed it with some Prima Color Burst or Color Splash, something color in like a lavender. So here and there, just to kind of give it some drops and things, some hints of what's to come. On the front here, I have this little sort of tassel that I made out of some different ribbons and trims. I've just got some nice, I think I got this at Walmart, but it's a nice satiny lavender ribbon. I have some eyelash trim, some silver ribbon, some copper, that Stampin' Up! Copper thread, copper ribbon weave, and then some knitting. I don't know even where I got this, but it is super cool stuff there. So I just kind of made a little tassel and then I glued a button on there. And just from my stash, I have a gazillion buttons, like I said, from when I sewed for people. And I took one of the journaling cards and I put it on the back of some broadcloth fabric, like a shirting weight fabric, and I frayed it up a little bit. I sewed that on. I just have some white seam binding here, so let's go ahead and jump in. So this is made in the same fashion. I took a piece of that Prima Lavender beautiful paper, and I sewed that on for my sturdiness. I like the paper and the canvas combo because it just gives a sturdiness, and I don't need to put any stabilizer or anything in between there. So in this part here, you can write like your name this book belongs to, and that's the new Stampin' Up! Tea thing, I believe, and it's so pretty. It makes whatever die cuts you have. And then I just started layering papers. Just layer every other one or so with different textures and sizes, and then that's what gives it that like chunky sort of crinkle that we all love. Alright, so let's go here. So this first page is the Tsunami Rose. I love this light colored one, so I stuck that in there. I had some coffee stained paper that I had stenciled on. I was testing out something and I thought I'd just throw that in there and use it. Great little spots to journal on. I have a pocket here, and this does have a gold embossed little bee, and it has a journaling card from the journaling stack. And I used a die cut there, I think it was a punch, to make a little tab like that. If I don't put it back now, I might not remember where it goes. I'll get it all. Okay, so there's tab. This is the paper from the paper pack, and it already has lines on there, which is kind of cool, and it has that lace trim. This is some paper I got on Amazon. It's really thin, sort of computer weight paper, but it works really well for a thin tissue. So I took the paper and I folded it up on both sides, as you'll see on the next, other half, and I stapled it, and it just makes like an Instapocket. This, I took part of a page that I was using and I just rounded the corners and folded over a piece for the tab and stapled it on. This is gorgeous, so we don't need any embellishment there, right? It's just beautiful paper. And by the way, if you're like me and are into hoarding your paper, a journal is a great way to use the paper and still keep the paper, right? So you can still look at it, because part of why we hoard it is because it's pretty to look at, right? And we feel like, oh no, I'm going to cut into it and use it and then it'll be gone forever. Well, a journal is a great way to have a nice personal something that you are doing, you still get to keep your paper. So here's the other side of that paper. This is Tsunami Rose paper. I just folded it up, rounded the corners, made a little pocket. This is the Spellbinders die, and I just topped it with some plum, dark plum. I really like how that turned out. I love the stapled rustic element there, and then you can tuck a little journaling card in there. This is parchment paper that has been tea or coffee dyed. I can't remember which because I have a big old stock that whenever I do a bunch I just stack it all up. And then I folded it and stapled it and made a pocket. This is some of the scrap from the paper pad, and I used a die cut and a Tim Holtz punch there. So that's just a little tag that you can use. I've made a little tab here. I'm just using up some scraps, might as well. Lots of space to write here, or stick pictures, or glue ephemera on there that you find. This is some paper that I made to go with the collection, and yeah, I really like how that turned out. It has that same purpley stuff there, so I made that as a digital paper. This is the paper from the kit. I took some of that broadcloth and made a little fabric tab. There's the other side of that paper, these beautiful butterflies. Some grid paper. And here's a little bead. I'm going to do a video on these. I've been really getting into, I have a little stash of bead supplies. I'm going to satisfy my itch and make myself a little bead dangle on my little paper clip. So these are so cute, and I love how shiny they are. So pretty. So you can use that wherever in the journal. There's a little pocket here that I accidentally glued. I did not want to glue this down, but I did. So you can stick a skinny bookmark in there, but it's a little tuck spot there. Let's see, doesn't really matter where that is, but I love how that hangs off there, and it just gives, again, another element of texture to the journal. Alright, we've got more parchment. Love that crinkle. I lined it with some felt ribbon this time. I don't know if you could pick that up, but it's a beautiful purple. This is some scrap paper from the collection, but it's so pretty. Sorry, that was my phone. So pretty, and I love that there, and you can use that. This is another paper that I made. This is the center of the signature. It's a one signature journal. So I designed this, and I love how it turned out. It has that graph and then blends into this other design here, and that's super fun. Lots of places to write on here. This is the wax linen thread I used, and so with the little ends I went ahead and used a heart punch with some scraps of the lavender paper, and then just glued those on there. So might as well, it's hanging right there, you might as well have it be cute. I think on my Alice one I did it on the outside, so whichever way you start when you're sewing that in. Alright, fabric pull tab. I have a pocket. I used one of the journaling cards and glued it on two sides, and I made out of some scrap of the paper, and I used some bow tails to do that, and a little spellbinder die in foil. I love how that looks, and I love the little bow tails. That was fun. More of that, the other side of that parchment, some grid paper, and I just stuck a corner on here to make a pocket, and I have a journaling card. That other side of that butterfly paper, so pretty. You could use Winkostella on these and really glitter them up. I did another one of those pockets there that I had earlier, and I have a little mini envelope that you could put little whatevers in. Sweet nothings. There's the other side of the paper I designed, and here's one of those tabs that I did out of some scrap of that Tsunami Rose paper there. The other side of that parchment, I went ahead and stamped and gold embossed this on there, and I just love it. Very tactile, not to mention pretty. That goes with my gold things here. Let's see, there's a paper here, there's a little velvet ribbon pull tab. There's the other side of that gorgeous paper, And then the other side of this, I have a library card in there. The colors I have in here. And I have a lot left in my paper pad, so you can make a lot of these. And we hoard it thinking it's all going to go, but really you get a lot for your money. It's another one of those pockets using some tsunami rose paper and the gold embossed bee. And then a little journaling card. More of that tea, coffee stained paper and stenciled. Tsunami rose. I used some of that ribbon that I used on the front of my little tassel-y thing here. I made this. Just put a little corner on there and made another tag using the tsunami rose paper this time as the little tails. And I love how this die goes with this trellisy, ornate sort of ironwork, I guess is what I'm looking for there. And then here's the back cover. So that is my journal. I hope you guys enjoy that flip through. If you'd like to see a tutorial on any of these, just let me know. I have got a long list of things to video, so it might take a few weeks, but anyway, but you can leave a comment down there if you're interested in that. Anyway, thanks guys so much for joining me today. Please hit the like and subscribe, and go ahead and have a great day.